Nikhil Naz, my colleague, is on the phone line with us. Nikhil, what we were expecting a verdict in about 24 hours, it seems it's going to be a more long out drawn process. Will you get us up to speed with it?
It is a possibility, Preeti. We do not know the exact timeline or duration, how long will CAS take to, announce that verdict in the Vinesh Fogart case. But what we're getting to know right now is that the first hearing in that case is going to be taking place in about 3.5 hours from now. It is about, I beg your pardon, about 2.5 hours from now, because it is 6 p.m. local time, around 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time is when the first hearing is going to happen. For the first hearing, you've got four lawyers that are...
You've got four lawyers that are from the Paris bar that will be representing Vinesh Fogart on a pro bono basis. So they are going to be representing her for the first hearing. We do not know whether there will be subsequent hearings, but I was speaking to a few experts and they said that 24-hour timeline that you had is usually for cases where you appeal before a final is to take place so that a quick decision can be taken. In this case, the final has already happened. You already have a gold medal winner. You already have a silver medal winner. In this case, the CAS can take time because you have that much luxury at the moment, and you can even take a decision in the next few days or even in the next few months, as has happened with a lot of other athletes in various cases. Because what now Vinesh and her team are asking for is a joint silver, because the silver medal was already decided in the final. They're asking for a joint silver, and that's why it can take time for that decision to take place. What I can also tell you at the moment that there are back channel negotiations happening in India. Everyone really wants Vinesh to get that medal. India has representatives in the IOC. The IOA is also actively at work at the moment, even though this is a case that Vinesh is fighting on her own accord, but she's getting full support, let's say, from an Indian Olympic Association as well as India's representative at the IOC. Two names are doing the rounds at the moment, and I can, Harish Salve is one. The team here that is backing Vinesh Fogart is also trying to probably get him involved. If that's not the case, there's another lawyer in India, Vidushpat Singhania, who's an expert in sport. He's earlier worked with someone like a Justice Mukul Mudgal on various cases. If you remember the entire BCCI match fixing scenario, he was quite active during that time as well. So even he could be considered. What I can confirm right now, without really naming my sources, is that the spade work in India has already started. So what the Vinesh Fogart camp is really looking at is that if the hearing does drag on as they're expecting...
I'm going to interrupt, and the reason why I'm interrupting is because we've been learning such bad luck. Whenever you just said you could confirm something for us right now, and then I think the gust of wind is very strong, then we lost you there. So what is it that you could confirm for us?
Okay, can you hear me better now, Preeti?
Yeah,
I'm trying
better.
to
Go ahead.
use my hand as a muffler over the mic. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I can confirm is that they are trying to get an Indian legal mind also involved in this case. So if the hearing is pushed for the next few days, or you'll have subsequent hearings going forward, maybe for the next few months, they want an Indian mind also to be involved. Two names that are doing the rounds. One is that of the very well-known legal eagle that you have in Harish Salve. That I know that there is some sort of approach being made to him. The other one that I can confirm is someone called Vidushpat Singhania. He's a sports law expert. He's fought a few cases previously as well. One very famous case, we all remember, the BCCI match fixing case that happened in 2013, and from there on the BCCI completely changed. So alongside Justice Mukul Mudgal, Vidushpat Singhania was also very active in that case. So even he is being considered. What I can confirm right now is that spade work has already started in India, because the team that's really backing Vinesh Fogart wants that she gets the best legal help possible.
So two things, Nikhil. Number one, that in all probability, it's not going to be what was anticipated earlier, a verdict in 24 hours from the time of filing appeal. So that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at a larger time frame. We really can't put, a time on that. It could go on for a few days, or even what you're saying. And, that could be a little disappointing, but as long as we're still in contention, it could go down in months, you're saying. Number one. Number two, Nikhil, I just want to ask you, for somebody who has followed many sports events and many, pleas that have been challenged where Olympics is concerned, what are the chances of Vinesh Fogart?
Usually, and I'm just going back into past cases, usually the Court of Arbitration of Sports doesn't overturn a verdict. So if the governing body, in this case it is UWW, if they have taken a decision, it's a very rare chance that they overturn it. However, there have been cases in the past where the verdict has been overturned, so Indian fans would be hoping for the best, and probably that's why the Indian contingent or the Vinesh Fogart camp is trying to get the best legal minds involved in this scenario. There is a bit, if you look at it from the point of view of UWW, and that's going to be the other party, the decision that right now Vinesh Fogart is challenging, they have actually followed the rule book. So they haven't gone out of the rule book. They've just kept it simple, black and white. The rules say this, and we are following the rule. Can the CSA, take a compassionate look at this case and make an exception for Vinesh Fogart? I mean, that we'll have to wait and watch, and it all depends on the kind of representation that there is that Vinesh Fogart will have. But as of now, I mean, in most cases, it's a very rare chance that the verdict is overturned. But as I said, before this, there was a 0% chance. She was disqualified. At least now it's opened the door. You've got the foot in the door. Also, another thing, Preeti, I must point out, in all of this, back channel negotiation as well as lobbying also makes a huge difference. So this is not just a clear-cut case.
So
Unless,
how
of course,
hard, Nikhil,
in the first hearing,
is the
CAS
IOA
decides
lobbying?
No. All I can tell you right now is that they are in a meeting at the moment, and which is where it was kind of decided that apart from the 4 lawyers that are being offered here by the Paris bar, we need to get somebody from India because we want to give it our best shot. That in itself tells you that they are trying their best. You of course have a few representatives. India's representative in the IOC is Ms. Neeta Ambani. I'm sure she would also be hard at work trying to speak to the influential people within the IOC as to what best can be done within the legal framework. I think that's the best that you can hope for. And from what the situation was yesterday, where it was all doom and gloom, no chance, I think you've moved forward a bit and there is a ray of hope.
Well, there's a ray of hope. At least we're in contention. She's already won our hearts, but we pray and we pray very hard that she gets that silver.